Hi there, this is Sue Hung, and this is my first video for my channel. What I want to talk about today is about loyalty programs. And I just want to point out first that it could apply to any other loyalty program. I'm not just talking about the one today. But the one I am talking about today is about American Airlines. So American Airlines sent me an email and said that my points will expire in September. First of all, we're in the middle of COVID, and it doesn't make sense that your points are going to expire because there's really no opportunity to use your points, considering that we really shouldn't be traveling. So we can't use it for flights, can't use it for a hotel stay, can't use it for renting a car. Okay, so that's the first point I wanted to make and say to American Airlines, don't you think that you should just extend the expiration date? Second, I did go to the site because I'm hoping that in June they're going to open it up and allow us to travel a little bit more. So loosen it up, and I wanted to see if I can make use of the points. I only have really enough for a hotel stay, not even for a flight. So I started searching on the site, and I found a place that I thought, okay, maybe I can make use of it. However, when I looked up, what is it called, the policies, and this is a first tip, don't just click on something and hope for the best. Make sure you look at the terms and conditions and the policies for any of these loyalty programs and on any purchase that you make for that matter. So it says that if you make a cancellation 5 days more in advance of the travel date, you will have to pay a penalty of $150, which is, absurd. I mean, why would you have to pay $150 if you're canceling more than 5 days in advance? So there is actually no point in me making the reservation because, to make it as a placeholder, because if I just book it and then change my mind the next day, I already have to pay them $150. Anyway, I thought that was ridiculous, so I decided I'm going to call the 800 number. And I get this agent, and, first of all, I want to say that there was nothing wrong with the agent. She was more than pleasant. Her only issue was that, frankly, she didn't know anything. And so I get her online, and she says to me, oh, well, we're not enforcing that, so that if you cancel, we're not going to issue you a fine of $150. I said, great, please send me in writing, maybe an email that confirms that. No, we can't do that. And I said, how can I rely on this? You have a terms and conditions. That's what I clicked on. That's what it says. And that's what I'm going to be obligated to if I decide to cancel. So in her credit, she says, here's my name, here's my ID number. But to be honest, I've done that once before where I've taken somebody's ID number and name. I can never find them ever again after that. So that's not the most reliable thing to do either. Although I have a feeling that if I did book it and then change my mind, I can argue it and get in, and they wouldn't probably charge me the $150. So that was the first thing. Second thing, I asked her, and mind you, for the first one, for the one that she was saying, because I asked her, could you please put this in writing? She got offline, put me on hold, for another 10 minutes or so on and so forth before she came back and said, no, I can't do that. So then the second issue came up, which was, okay, well, if I cancel more than 5 days in advance, if I was willing to take a chance that I wasn't going to get the penalty, would I get my points reinstated? And then she went into this rigmarole of, well, that kind of goes back to the hotel. If they don't, what's their cancellation policy? I said, no, that doesn't make any sense. I said, my, contract, the interaction is between you and me. So I need to know, with respect to you and me, American Airlines and me, customer, what are the conditions, what are the things that you expect from me and what I can expect from you. I said, this has nothing to do with the hotel. I said, what the has to do with the hotel is between you and the hotel, which is why you probably say 5 days in advance, where probably they only need 2 days in advance, so you have time to do the administration to cancel the reservation. Okay, so this went around in circles, but it ended up, and this is after the call, that I found in their terms and conditions that you can get the points back if it's more than 5 days in advance that you make the cancellation. So you can get them reinstated. But she didn't know. And again, she went offline, put me on hold, another 10-15 minutes go by, and when she comes back, and she didn't, she never really, confirmed anything. So she was pretty useless, and I just think it's ridiculous that there are agents who know nothing, can't figure out anything, go to a supervisor who I'm not allowed to talk to, and comes back with useless information. So that was the second thing. Then she says to me, well, you can make a reservation. This is the third thing now. You can make a reservation, and you have 24 to 48 hours to cancel it, and there won't be any consequences. So, oh, really? And again, I said, any chance I can get that in writing? Or can you point to where it says that on the website? So she starts looking on the website. Of course, this is my time too, so now she's wasting my time. She can't find anything. Oh, it's not very clear. This and the other. Okay, yeah, thanks a lot. But then as we continue the conversation, then she goes back into, but that also depends on the hotel and this. And I said, oh my God, this is crazy. And I pointed out again, I said, the transaction is between you and me. It has nothing to do with the hotel. And for her to tell me now I have to call the hotel and find out what their cancellation policy is ridiculous. Even though I already knew it, because I was also looking at just, going directly to the hotel and paying them, for the hotel stay. So that's the long and short of that one. So then I just wanted to come up with some tips and tricks about extending, validity of your points. So for American Airlines specifically, what I had been doing was that, if I couldn't figure out how to use it as an award for a hotel stay and so on and so forth, then I would purchase maybe a magazine. I would redeem a magazine for like 200, 300 points, so lowest amount of points, so I can keep the bulk of my points. And so the smartest thing to do is that when you get the email that reminds you it's going to expire soon, don't buy the magazine immediately. Buy the magazine as close to possible to the expiration date, because as soon as you make that transaction, then it's 18 months after that when you have another deadline that your miles are going to expire. So if I did it today, then it'd be 18 months from today. But if I do it in September, it'll be 18 months from September. Or, you can apply for a credit card, make a purchase, so on and so forth. So there's other ways to extend your points, but I just wanted to point out that one of the ways that you can do it is possibly just, redeeming an award for a very cheap magazine for 300 points or so. The other thing that happened that after I had done this whole frustration thing with this woman, I noticed on the website for American Airlines, they were doing some kind of anniversary type of promotional type of thing where you can answer questions, and one of the prizes could be some points. And I actually did win some points. It was about 40 points, except I don't know if these points are count to extend the expiration date. So I have to wait for it to clear, because it says it takes 6 to 8 days before it shows up in the account. So when it shows up in the account, I will see if my expiration date extends. Because at this point, based on the information that I've gotten from American Airlines, I can't rely on it. It's just a losing proposition. Why would I make a reservation, especially if I cancel it 5 days in advance, and I would be subjected to a penalty of $150 US, which makes no sense because it doesn't cost $150 the hotel stay per night. If you book directly with the hotel, you can cancel the 24 hours in advance and not be subjected to a penalty in terms of paying them a hotel night stay. And there was another little issue as well. It said if you cancel less than 5 days in advance, you would have to pay the land price. I didn't understand what that meant. The girl couldn't tell me what that meant. I presume that means whatever the hotel charges you normally if you don't cancel in time. But again, she couldn't answer this question. So again, I find it ridiculous that it's their website, it's their information, it's their terms, and they can't define it. So last little bit is, if anyone wants to listen to the conversation, I recorded it. I paused it on the times that the call was put on pause. And even with the pausing, it's still a more than 30 minute snippet call. So if American Airlines ever sees this video and they want to hear it, they should try. They're more than welcome to it, and they need to improve their customer service, because customer service is not customer service if it doesn't help you with anything and it doesn't tell you anything, and it tells you to call the hotel to figure out their cancellation policies. So that's my tip and trick and observation on loyalty programs.